music be the food of love. Play on. The excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken, and so die. That strain, again, for it had a dying fall. Oh, it came on my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odour. Enough, no more! 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love! How quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea. Naught enters there of what validity and pitch soever, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, curious?
The heart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia, first methought she purged the air of pestilence, and that instant was I turned into a heart, and my desires, like felon cruel hounds, ere since pursue me. How now, what news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from a handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face in ample view, but like a cloistress she will veil and walk and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that had the heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love but to a brother! How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her, when liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled, her sweet perfections, and oneself king. Away before me, to sweet beds of flowers. Love's thoughts lie rich when canopied with boughs.
What country friend is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he's not drowned. What think you, Captain?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
My poor brother! And so perchance may he be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor number saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea. And there, like Arion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority, the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
No, I know it well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name.
What's his name?
Orsino.
Orsino! I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
Well, it is so now, or was so very late, for but a month ago I went from hence. And then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous lady, the daughter of a count, that died 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, and for whose dear love they say she hath abjured the sight and company of men.
Oh, that I served that lady, and might not be delivered to the world till I had made mine own occasion mellow, what my estate is.
Well, that were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's.
I pray thee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as happily shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to me, or it may be worth my pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many kinds of music, which will allow me very worth his service. What else may hap? To time I will commit. Only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What a plague brings by this to take the death of my brother thus? Oh, I'm sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier o' nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exception to your ill hours.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes be good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. And they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
This quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Oh! Sir Andrew Eaglecheek.
Aye, he.
Why, he's as tall a man as any in Illyricum.
What's that to the purpose?
He has 3,000 ducats a year.
Ah, and he'll have but a year in all those ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fine that you say so. He plays on the viol to gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word, without book, and has all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed all most natural. For besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreller, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling, 'tis thought amongst the prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By his hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that saith the all them. Who are they?
They add, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
Drinking health to my niece. I will drink to her as long as there's passage in my throat and drink in a lyra.
He's a coward and a custrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn on the toe like a parish top. What it? Castellano, Vulcan, for here comes Sir Andrew Eagleface.
Sir Toby Belt, how now, Sir Toby?
Oh, speak, Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew. Accost.
What's that?
My niece is capable.
Oh, good Mistress Accost. I desire your acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good Mistress Mary Accost. I desire your acquaintance.
Knight, accost is fronter, whooper, porter, sailor.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Very well, gentlemen.
Thou may part so, Sir, might thou never draw sword again.
Oh, and you part so, Mistress. I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Oh, marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Well, I should think so. I'm not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. What's your jest?
A dry one, sir.
Are you full of them?
I had them at my fingers' ends. Marry, now I've let go of your hand, I'm barren.
Oh, knight, thou lackst a cup of canary. When didst I ever see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I should think. Unless you see canary put me down. Oh, honestly, sometimes I think I have no more wit than a Christian. Or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef. I believe that has come to my mind.
Oh, no question.
thought that I could swear it. Faith, I will ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Oh, pourquoi, my dear knight?
Oh, what is pourquoi? Do or not do? Oh, would I have bestowed that time for the tongues as I had to fencing, dancing, and bear baiting? Oh, had I but followed the art.
Oh, then thou hadst an excellent head of hair.
Why, would that amend my hair?
Fast question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
Aye, but it becomes me well enough.
Ah, excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff. I hope to see a hussy take thee between her legs and spin it off.
And then, in fact, I will home tomorrow, Sir Toby. The niece will not be seen, your countess, and if she be, it's 4 to 1 she'll none of me. The count here hard by woos.
Oh, she'll none of the count. She'll not match above her degree in estate. Years no wit, I heard her swear it. Tut! That's been it, man, eh?
I'll stay a month long. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels, sometimes all together.
Art thou good at these kick-saws, knight?
Oh, as any man in Illyria, whosoever he be, under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
Oh, what is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Ah, faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut them up to it.
And I believe my back trick is as strong as any in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust, like Mistress Mal's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a Corretto? My walk would be a syncopace. I would not so much as make water, but in a syncopace. Oh, what dost thou mean? Is this a world to hide virtues in? I think by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed of the star of galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a dun-coloured stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Oh, Taurus, that's sight and heart.
No, sir, it's legs and thighs, a hilarious style. Come on, let me see this figure. Come on, higher, higher.
If you continue these favours towards you, Cesario, you're likely to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humour or my negligence that you call into question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favours?
No, believe me.
I thank thee. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario? Ho!
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof. Cesario, thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul, and therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord, if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as to spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous, and leap all civil bounds rather than make unproperted return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord, what then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love, surprise her with discourse, my dear Faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. They shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound. And all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him. All, if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a baleful strife. Whoe'er I woo, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me.
He that is well hanged in this world needs to fear no colours.
Think that good?
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer.
Well, God give them wisdom and habit, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is that not as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging prevents a bad marriage. And for turning away, let summer bear it out.
Oh, you're resolute then.
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one may break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall.
Acting good, then. Very nice. Well, go thy way. And Sir Toby would leave drinking thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, your rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuses wisely, you were best.
Wit, and be thy will, put me into good fooling. For those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I that know I lack thee could pass as a wise man. For what says King Aparu? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear that? Take away the lady.
Go to. You're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
Too false, Madonna, that drink and good counsel will amend. For give the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he's no longer dishonest. If not, let the botcher mend him. But the lady bade take away the fool, I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprision in the highest degree. Lady, cuculus non facit monachum, which is as much as to say, I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
Good, but I must catechize you for it. My mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death!
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do until the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity that decays the wise doth ever make the better fool.
Oh, God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. For Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he wouldn't pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that hath no more brain than a stone. Look here now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he's gagged. I protest, I take these wise men that crow so at these set kinds of fools no better than the fool's zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with a distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now Mercury endue thee with leasing, for thou speaks well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you. From the Count Orsino, is it? I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended. Who of my people hold him in delay? Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman. Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fire on him. Go you, Malvolio. If it be a suit from the Count, I am sick or not at home. What you will to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Oh, here he comes. One of thy kin has a most weak matter.
By mine honour, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman?
A gentleman. What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman, yeah.
They call those pickled herrings.
Oh, no! Stop!
Good Sir Toby!
Cousin, how you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
Aye, marry, what is he?
Let be the devil, anyway. I cannot.
Give me fifth, say I. It's all one.
What's a drunken man like a fool?
like a drowned man, a fool, and a madman. The first draught above heat makes him a fool. The second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit on my cuz, because he's in the third degree of drink. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He's but mad yet, Madonna, but the fool shall look to the madman. Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
He's been told so. And he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why? Of mankind.
What manner of man?
Of very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peascod, or a codling when 'tis almost an apple. It is with him in standing water between boy and man. He's very well favoured and speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk was scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call him my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Give him my veil. Come, throw it over my face. We shall once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honourable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I did never see her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance that you be the lady of the house, that I may continue in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most sure if you are she, you do usurp yourself. For what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is the more like to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No good swabber. I'm to hull here a little longer. Some mortification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overtures of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive branch in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am, and what I would, are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good man. Let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But I will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir. Such a one I was this present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done. If God did all,
'tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, You are the cruellest she alive if you will leave these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labelled to my will, as item 2 lips in different red, item 2 grey eyes with the lids to them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see you what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompense, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, with fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him, though I suppose him virtuous. Know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person, and yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contended love, and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Of my fortunes, yet my estate is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to tell me how he takes it. There you are. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervour, like my master's, be placed in content. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I fill this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at my eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio!
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that same peevish messenger, the Countess man. He left this ring behind him, would I or not? Tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. Hie thee, Malvolio!
Madam, I will.
I know not what. Fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate, show thy force. Ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be. And be this so!
Will you stay no longer? Or will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a poor recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
But let me yet know of you with you about.
No, sooth, sir. But I do perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messaline, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. The heavens had been pleased would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that, for some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea, was my sister drowned.
Oh, alas, the day!
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. But, though I could not with such estimable wonder overfar believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned, sir, already, with salt water. And I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
But if you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound for the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
Oh, all the gentleness of all the gods go with thee! I have many enemies at Orsino's court, but I shortly see thee there. But, come on, May. I do adore thee so. Danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
Were you not, even now, with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you will be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it, sir.
She took the ring of me. I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies, in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid, my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me. Indeed, so much that we thought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in starts, distractedly. She loves me! Sure, the cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so, as 'tis, poor lady, she would better love a dream. Oh, disguise, I see thou art of wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How will this fadge? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him as she mistaken seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am, man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? Oh, time, thou must untangle this, not I. 'Tis too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes and diliculous again.
Nay, by my troth, I know not, but I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled candle. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our lives consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say, but I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
What a scholar! Let us therefore eat and drink. A stoup of wine, say I.
Aye, that's the fool in faith. Out of my hearts. Did you never see the picture of we three?
Welcome us,
has an excellent breast. I had rather than 40 shillings I had so sweet a breath to sing and so fine a leg as the fool has. Oh, in sooth, thou wast in very gracious fooling last night when thou spokest of a Picrogometus of the Bapians, passing the equinoctial quibus. It was very good. I sent thee sixpence for thy leave, hast it?
I did impeticos thy brutility. For Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady hath a white hand, and the Myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Oh, excellent, excellent. This is the very best fooling when all is done. Now, a song, a song.
Let's have a song.
Yes.
Here's sixpence for you.
Oh, yes, and the testral from me too. If one night you
Have
give
a love song or a song of good life?
Oh, a love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journeys end in lovers' meeting, every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth at present laughter. Present mirth at present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's a sorrow will not endure.
A mellifluous voice that I am tonight.
Contagious.
Very sweet and contagious indeed. Yes.
By the nose, it is dosage and contagion. Shall we hear the welkin dance indeed? Shall rouse the right owl with a catch that will draw 3 sails from one wheel? Shall we do that?
And now, love me, let's do it. I am a dog and a cat.
Aye, by your lady, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain, most certain. Let our catch be thou knave.
Oh, hold thy peace, thou knave. Knight, I shall be constrained in it to call thee knave, knight.
Oh, it is not the first time I've constrained one to call me knave. Come, it begins. Hold thy peace.
Oh, I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Oh, come begin it, knave.
Hold thy peace, I prithee, hold thy peace, thou knave.
Hold thy
Thou
peace,
knave.
really hold the peace.
Hold thy peace, I prithee, hold thy peace, thou
If my lady had not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
Oh, my ladies are cotician. We are politician. And Malvolio's a pig of Ramsey. And 3 merry men be we. Not I consanguine us. Not I of her blood.
To a valiant lady that dwelt a man in Babylon, lady.
Aye. He does it well enough if he be disposed, but so do I too. He does it with better grace, but I do it more natural.
Oh, the 12th day of the
Master, are you mad? Or what are you? Have ye no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house, that ye squeak out your cosier's catches without mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep time, sir, in our passion.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that though she harbours you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanours, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, for I must needs begun. His eyes do show his days are almost done. And now before I die. So tell me where you lie.
This is much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go? What and if you do? Shall I bid him go and spare not? Oh, no, you dare not.
Thou art out of tune, sir, ye lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes today?
Yes, by Sudan, and ginger shall be hot in the mouth too.
Thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain with crumbs. Maria, a stoop of wine, say I.
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favour at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go, shake your ears!
To a good idea to challenge him in the field and then break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee the challenge. Or I'll give thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Oh, nay, good Sir Tony, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count was today with my lady, she is much out of quiet. As for Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nay word and make him into a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh! If I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog!
For being a Puritan, thy exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affectioned S that cons state without book and utters it by great swathes. The best persuaded of himself, so crammed, as he thinks, with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all that look on him love him. And on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, complexion, he will find himself most feelingly personated. I can write, very like my lady, your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose too.
He shall think by these letters that thou wilt drop that they are from my niece, and that she is in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that colour.
Oh, and your horse will now make him an ass.
Ass, I doubt not.
Oh, it will be admirable.
Sport royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work on him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third, wherein he shall bind the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Pensilia.
Before me, she is a good wench.
A beagle true bred, and one that adores me, not of that.
I was adored once too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou hast need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I'm a foul way out.
Oh, send for money, knight. If thou hast her not in the end, call me cat.
And I do not never trust me.
Come, I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Come, knight. Come, knight.
Give me some music! Now, good morrow, friends, now, good, Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much. more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship, let you sing it.
Who was it?
Festi the jester, my lord, a fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in.
Seek him out, and play the tune the while. Seek him out. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish, in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives the very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly. My life upon it. Gold though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favour that it loves, hath it not, boy?
A little by your favour.
What sort of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
What year is it, Faith?
Oh, about your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven! It's still the woman taken elder than herself. So wears she to him. So sways she level in her husband's eyes. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Well then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
So they are. Alas that they are so. To die, even as they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come, the song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, it is old and plain, the spinsters and the knitters in the sun, and the free maids that do weave their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, please, sing.
Come away, death and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, for I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white stuff all with you. Oh, prepare it, my part of death. No one so true did share it. Not a flower, sweet, on my black coffin let there be strong. Not a friend, greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. A thousand sighs to say, lay me where sad true lover never find my grave to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
Oh, no pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing too.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Oh, truly, sir. Pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to lead for thee.
Now may the melancholy God protect thee. And the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta, for thy mind is a very opal. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love more noble than the world prizes not quantity of dirty lands. The parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her, tell her, I hold as giddily as fortune. But 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir?
It cannot so be answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath as great a pining heart for you as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There's no woman's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Oh, alas, their love may be called appetite, but mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much, make no compare, between that love a woman can bear me and that I owe Olivia.
I know.
What dost thou know?
Too well what love women to men may owe. In faith they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man. As it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment like a worm in the bud feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? Oh, we men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for we too often prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. And yet, I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the thing, too early. Give her this jewel. Say my love can give no place, by no deny.
Come thy ways, Senior Fabian.
Aye, oh come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melon.
Wouldst thou not be glad to see the niggardly rascally sheep-biter come to a notable shame?
I would exult, man. You know he brought me out of favour with my lady about a bear baiting here.
Why, to anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we shall fool in black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
No, we do not. It is pity on our lives.
Here comes the little villain. How now, my metal of India?
Get thee all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this wall. He hath been yonder in the sun, practising behaviour to his own shadow this past half hour. Observe him for the love of mockery. For I know this letter will make a contemplating idiot of him. Close, in the name of jesting! Nice down there. For here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis but fortune, all is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near, that should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on't?
Here's an overweening rogue.
Peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets in his advanced plume.
Slight, I could so beat the rope.
Peace, I say.
To be Count Malvolio.
Ah, rude! Pistol him! Pistol him!
There is example for it. The lady of the straight she married the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fire him, Jezebel! Now it's deeply in.
Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state.
Oh, for a stone bolt, I hit him in the eye.
Calling my officers about me in my branch velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I had left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone!
And then to have the humour of state, and with a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as well as I would they should do theirs, to ask for my kinsman Toby.
Boots and shackles!
7 of my people, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up my watch, or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Let the silence be drawn from us with cards. Get
Peace!
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
Aye, and then Toby take the envelope on the lips then.
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech.
What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Oh, scab! And patience till we break the sinews of our blood.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I bring you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew it was I, but then you do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Oh, now it's the woodcock near the gin.
Bring in peace, I say, and let the spirit of you was meant to make reading aloud to him.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is a contemporary question, her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. Why is that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes. By your leave, wax, soft, and the impressure, her Lucrece, with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
Oh, this wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. No man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio.
Hang thee, rock.
I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
Fusty and brittle, an excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, first, let me see.
What is your poisonous she dressed in?
And with what wing Astonio checks at it?
I may command where I adore. Why, she may command me. I serve her, she is my lady. This is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. In the end, what should that alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I got that. Now he's at a cold scent.
Yeah, Salter will cry upon it for all this, though, being rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio! M! Why, that begins my name.
You don't say he would work it out. This is excellent at fault.
M! But then there is no consonancy in the sequel. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, and then I'll touch on him and make him cry out.
Then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had any eye behind you, you'd see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. This simulation is not as the former. And yet, to crush this a little, it would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Soft, here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, revolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be, cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of state, put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say remember. Go to, thou art made if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be Point de Vise, the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this, but my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. Oh, I thank my stars I am happy. I will be strange, stout,
in yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised! Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. My smiles become thee well, therefore in my presence still smile, dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
Will not give my part to this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
I could marry the wench for this device.
Oh, so could I too.
And ask no other dowry with her, but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Oh! Here comes my noble gold catcher.
Oh, wilt thou set thy foot on my neck?
Your invade war on mine either.
Shall I play my freedom a traitry, but become thy fond slave?
Invade all me either.
Thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay. But say true, does it work on him?
What would be time with a midwife?
Oh, if you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, and 'tis a colour she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
Oh, to the Greeks of Tartar, our excellent wig!
I'll make one too. No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I live by the church, for I do live at my house. And my house, let's stand by the church.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
Oh, no, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no fault. She'll keep no fool, sir, until she be married. Husbands who like fools as pilchers at a herring. The husband's the bigger. I'm indeed not her fool, but her corrupter. Of words.
I saw thee late at the council sceneries.
Foolery, sir, to walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass on me, I'll no more to do with thee. Hold, here's money for thee.
Now, Joe, his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one. But I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
Would not a pair of these have bred, sir?
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Bandus of Phrygia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir, 'tis well bet.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir, begging to beg her. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is with you, sir. I will construe to them whence you come, who you are, and what you would, are out of my well-keep. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons and the time, and like the haggard check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labour as a wise man's art, for folly he wisely shows is fit, but wise men folly fallen quite taint their wit.
Say thee, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Du vous garde, monsieur?
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
I hope so you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My nieces desire as you should enter, if your trade me to heart.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Set them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I do understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance. But we are prevented. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odours on you.
The youth's a rare courtier. Rain odours.
I matter not your voice, lady, but to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odours, pregnant, and vouchsafed. I'll get them all three already.
Let the garden door be shut, and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never very well since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him. For his thoughts, would they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Good madam, I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
By your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you in a shameful cunning which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honour at the stake and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving enough is shown. A cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not a prize. It is a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why, then methinks 'tis time to smile again. Be not afraid, good youth. I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your wife is like to reap a proper man. Then light away, due west.
Then westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. Oh, you're nothing, madam, to my lord, by me.
Stay, I prithee. Tell me what thou thinkst of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Well, then think you right, I am not what I am.
I wish you were, as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I would it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honour, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this cause, for that I woo thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus with reason better. Love sought is good, but given unsought is better.
By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has. Nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. Therefore, adieu, good madam. Nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart which now also like his love.
No, Craig, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Reason, dear well, give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reasons, Sir Andrew.
In faith, I saw the Countess do more favours to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it in the garden.
Did she see thee, the wise old boy? Tell that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a great argument of love in her towards you.
Right, will you make an ass of me?
No, I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand sure events since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favour to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valour, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. You should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jest fire you from the min.
You should have bound the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was bought. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off. And now you are sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard. Unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt, either of valour or policy.
And if anyway, it must be by valour, for policy I hate.
Why then build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valour. Challenge me that counts you to fight with him. At him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it. And assure thyself, there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valour.
Oh, there is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me challenge to it?
Go. Write it in a martial hand. Be cast and bring. It is no matter if be witty, so it be eloquent and full of invention. Taunt him with the license of it. If thou thouest him thrice, it shall not be amiss. And as many lies as will lie in thy sheet of paper, although the sheet be big enough for the bed of ware in England, set 'em down, go about it, let there be gall enough in thy ink. Although thou write with a goose pen, no matter. About it.
Right, where will I find you?
Well, call for thee, at thy cubiculo. Go!
This is a dear man akin to you, Sir Toby.
Oh, I have been dear to him, lad, some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have a rare letter from him. But you'll not deliver it.
Oh, never trust me then. And by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and main roads cannot hail them together. And for Andrew, if he were opened, you'd find so much blood in his liver as would clog the foot of a flea. Jolly good, Mr. Anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Look, where the youngest red of life comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yon dull Malvolio's turned a heathen, a very renegado. But there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly could ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in Yellowstone! Most villainous attending school in the church. I've dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to obey him. He does smile with his face into more lines than is in the new metric of the augmentation of the Indies. You've not seen such a thing as this. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. And if she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favour.
Come, bring us where he is.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further charge you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire more short than flaming steel did spur me forth. I know all love to see you, though so much as might draw to a longer voyage, but jealousy. And before your travel, being skilless in these parts, which to a stranger unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable, I will another rather by these arguments of fear set forth in it.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks. And ever oft good terms are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But were my worth, as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealings. What's to do? Should we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir, best first go to see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and things of fame which do renown this city.
Would you pardon me? I do not, without danger, walk these streets. Once, in a sea fight against the Countess galleys, I did some service of such note, indeed, that were I ta'en here, it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew a great number of his people?
Oh, no, the offence was not of such a bloody nature, though the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered by repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not then walk too over.
No, it does not fit me. Hold, sir. Here's my purse. In the south suburb, at the Elephant, is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge by viewing of the town. And there shall you have me.
Why are your purse?
Oh, haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desired to purchase, and your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour. I do remember.
I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? The youth is bought, and more often begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil and suits well for a servant of my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He's sure possessed, madam.
Why, what's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship would best to have some guard about you if he do come, for sure the man's tainted in his wit.
Go call him hither. I'm as mad as he. His sad and merry madness equal me. Come now, Malvolio.
Sweet lady. Ho ho.
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad, lady, I could be sad. This doth make some obstruction in the blood, this talk. What of that? If it please the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sonnet is. Please one, and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my leg. It did come to his hand, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? I sweet come to thee.
What comfort thee? Why dost thou smile so, and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request. Yes, nightingales answer doors.
Why appear you with such ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness, 'twas well writ.
What meanst thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great,
Huh?
some achieve greatness,
What sayst
and
thou?
some have greatness thrust.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commended thy yellow sword,
Thy yellow sword?
and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman from Count Orsino's has returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Oh, do you come near me now? No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sent him on purpose that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to that in the letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she. Be opposite with the kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang with arguments of state, put thyself into the trick of singularity, and consequently sets down the manner how, as a sad face, a reverend carriage, a slow tongue, in the habit of some sir of note, and so forth. I have limed her. But it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away just now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow. Not Malvolio or after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. That no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can be can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. But Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? For the devil's spell be drawn in literal, and Legion himself possessed him. He can't speak to him.
Here he is, here he is.
How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private talk. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend speaks within him, did I not tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him.
Aha, does she so?
Go to, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. What do you, Bavaria? How is't with you? What man? Defy the devil. Consider he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Lie you, and you speak ill of the devil. See how he takes it at heart. Pray God he not be bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, it shall be done tomorrow morning as I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, pretty peace, I say, this is not the way. Do you not see you moving? Let me alone with him.
No, but gentleness. Gently. The fiend is rough, but will not be roughly used.
How now, my Bocock? How dost thou?
Sir,
I bid come with me. What then? 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan. Hang him, thou collier.
Get him to say his prayers, Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
my prayers, miss.
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
It's possible.
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
His very genius had taken infection on the device man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest it take air and taint.
Oh, what? Which would make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. Well, this is already the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus, for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to take mercy on him, at which time we'll bring the device to the bar, and crown thee for a finder of madman. But see.
Oh, more matter for a May morning.
Here is the challenge. Read it. I warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Oh, it's so saucy.
Do it read.
Youth, whatsoever thou art, what a scurvy fellow.
Oh, good. And valiant.
Wonder not admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
Oh, a good note. That keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. What thou liest in thy throat, that is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Well, very brief, and to exceeding good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee, going home, where, if it be thy chance to kill me, thou kill'st me like a rogue and a villain.
Oh, still you keep of the windy side of the law. Good.
Very well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better. So look to thyself, thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Eagle-Cheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
Oh, thou may hast very fit occasion for it, for he is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew, scout me for him at the corner of the garden like a bum baby. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw, and as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass off that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent, sharply twanged off, gives your manhood more approbation than ever proof itself to the virgin. Away!
Can they let me alone for swearing?
Now will not I deliver this letter. The young gentleman, by his behaviour, gives himself out to be of good capacity in breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver the challenge to him by word of mouth, set upon Aguecheek a notable report of valour, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his youth, skill, rage, and impetuosity. And this will so frighten them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Wait, here he comes with your niece. Give them way until he take leave, and presently after it, I will meditate in my some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honour too unchary on it. And something in me that reproves my fault. Yet such a headstrong, potent fault it is that it but mocks reproof.
With the same haviour that your passion bears goes on my master's griefs.
Here, wear this jewel for 'tis my picture, refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honour saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honour may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee!
And you, sir?
That defence thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done it, I know not, but thy interceptor, bloody as the hunter, full of despite, attends thee at the garden end. Dismount thy clock, be yarn in thy preparation for thy assailant, is quick, skilful, and deadly.
You mistake me, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from image of offence done to any man.
You will find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake thee to thy guard, for thy opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
Pray you, sir, what is he?
Oh, he is a knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier and on carpet consideration, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced free, and his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and Oh no, this is word, give it or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to test their valour. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no, his indignation derives from very competent injury. Therefore get you on, and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house, unless you undertake that with me, which with as much safety you might answer him. Therefore on, or strip your sword, stark naked, for meddle you must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, sir, to do me this courteous office, and to know of the knight what my offence to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
I pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
Well, I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, sir, what manner of man is he?
Or nothing of that wonderful promise to read him by his form, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valour. He is indeed, sir, the most skilful, bloody, and fatal opposite as you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. You walk towards him. No, I will make your peace with him, if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight, and I care not who knows so much of my mettle.
Why, man, he is a very devil. I have never seen such a virago. I've had him pass with him, rapier, scabbard and all, and he gives me a stuck in with such a mortal motion that is inevitable. And on the answer he pays you as surely as your feet touch the ground they step on. They say he has been sent to the soffit.
Box on it, will not meddle with him.
I will not now be pacified. Fabian could scarce hold him yonder.
Oh, please on it. I thought he'd been so valiant and so cunning his bent, so I've seen him down there. I challenged him. Let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse. Great Capulet.
I'll take the notion. Stand here. Make a good show on it. This shall end without perdition of souls. Marry,
Now I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I had his horse take up the quarrel. I persuaded him to use the devil.
And he's as horribly conceited of him and pants and declare as if a bear were at his ears.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for his own sake. Marry, he had better bethought him of his quarrel and find that scarce worth speaking of. Therefore, draw for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew. There is no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you, and the violent will avoid it. But he has promised me, as he is a soldier and a gentleman, he will not hurt you. Come on, do it.
Pray God he keep his own.
It's against my will.
Put up your sword! Put up your sword! If this young gentleman have done offence, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir, what are you?
One servant for his love dares it to more than you have heard him brag to you, he will.
Nay, sir, and if you be an undertaker, I am for you!
Toby, hold! Here come the officers!
I'll be with you anon.
Oh, marry, will I, sir? In fact, I promise I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and reigns well.
This is the man! Do thy office!
Antonio, I arrest thee!
At the suit of Count Orsino!
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir. No, Jot. I know your favour well. I know you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away! He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes of seeking you. But there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now? My necessity makes me to ask you for my purse. It grieves me far more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away!
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you showed me here, and partly prompted by your present trouble, out of my own lean and low ability I will lend you something. My having is not much, but I'll make division of my present with you. Hold! Half my coffer.
Will you deny me? Now? It's possible. That my deserts to you can lack persuasion. Do not tempt my misery. It would make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying vainness, babbling drunkenness, or any tainted vice, whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves!
Come, sir, I pray thee, away!
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by.
Why? But, oh, how vile and idle proves this God. Thou hast, Sebastian, done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty husk, or flourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away with him! Come! Come, sir!
Oh, lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself. So do not I. Oh, prove true, imagination, oh, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now ta'en for you.
Come back, come hither, Fabian. We must whisper o'er and comfort on your most same swords.
He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know yet living in my glass. And even such and so informed was my brother, and he still went in this fashion, colour, and ornament. For him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest poultry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in relieving his friend here in adversity and denying him, and for his cowardice you've asked Fabian.
Not a coward, a devout coward. Religious in it.
Slip, I'll art him again and beat him.
Do cuff him soundly, but there draw thy sword.
Do not. Come, let's see the event.
Oh, I dare lay any money to be nothing yet.
Will you make me
be believed I am not sent for you.
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held out, your faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I not sent to you by my mistress to bid you come speak with her. No, your name is not Master Cesario. No, this is not my nose, neither nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly. He's heard that word of some great man, and now applies it to him. Vent my folly. I prithee now, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
Well, troll, so that's an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, have I met you again?
Why, and that's money! And there! Are all the people mad?
So, through your dagger all the house!
Yes, I would tell my lady straight. I wouldn't be in some of your coats.
Come on, sir! Hold!
Let him alone. I will go another way to work with him. I will have an action of battery against him. If there be any law in Illyria, though I struck him first, it is no matter for
Let go thy hand!
Come on, sir! I cannot put up your
I will be free from thee! What wouldst thou now? Thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? What? Hey then, I'll have an axe or two of this manna-put blood from you!
On my life I charge thee hold! Will it be ever thus, ungracious wretch, fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached? Out of my sight! Be not offended, this Cesario. Cruise me be gone! Prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and unjust extent against thy peace. Come with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose, but come, do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me. He started one more heart of mine in thee.
Relish is this? How runs the stream? Or I am mad, or else this is a dream. Let fancy still my sense, and let they steal. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Would thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be! I prithee, put on this gown.
And this beard, and make him believe thou art Sir Topaz, the curate.
Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Topaz the Wild.
Well, I'll put it on, and I will dissemble myself in it. And I will the first ever to dissemble in such a gown. Ah, the competitors enter.
Joe, bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Toby. For as the old hermit of God, who never saw pen and ink, very wittily said to niece of King Cupid, that is. So I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that and that? And is, but is.
To him, Sir Topaz.
What ho, I say? Peace in this prison?
Then counterfeit well a good name.
Who calls that?
Sir Topaz the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topaz, good Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Oh, diabolical fiend! How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Said Master Parson.
Sir Topaz, never was man thus wrong. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Oh, fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones who will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
Well, it had bare windows, as transparent as
Very colourous. And the clearstones towards the south-north are as lustrous as ebony. Yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
I say there is no darkness but ignorance, which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there was never man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of me in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wildfowl?
The soul of our granddad might happily inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Oh! Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras ere I will allow thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy granddad. Farewell!
Sir Topaz! Sir Topaz!
My most exquisite Sir Topaz!
They are fraud.
Thou mightst have done this without thy down a bit, but he sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. Oh, I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were. For I am now so far in offence with my niece, I cannot pursue with any safety this sport, the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does. For my lady is unkind, Purdy. Alas, why is she so?
What I say?
She loves another.
Who calls her?
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at thy hand, help me to a candle, and pen, ink, and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you besides your 5 wits?
Oh, there was never man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
Oh, but as well. If you be no better in your wits than a fool, then you're mad indeed.
If you have profit in me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wit.
Mind what you say, sir. The minister is here.
Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavour thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain dibble babble.
Sir Topaz?
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Oh, I, sir. Well, I, sir. God buy you, good Sir Topaz.
Mary, amen.
I will.
Fool? Fool? Fool, I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I'm shed for speaking with you.
Good fool! Help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Oh, well a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Good fool. Some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
Well, I will help you to it, but tell me true, are you not mad indeed, or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll not believe a man until I see his praise, but I'll fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone!
I am gone, sir, and gone, sir, I will be with you again, in a trice like the old wives, your need to, sir, stay.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it, and though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service. For though my soul disputes well with my sense that this may be some error, but no madness, Yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady's mad. Yet if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in that is deceivable. But here the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry valley. There before him, and underneath that consecrated roof, light me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, whilst you are willing it shall come to note. What time we will our celebration keep according to my word. What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
Sir Lovely Speak, let me see his letter.
Good Master Fabian, if you grant me another request,
Anything.
do not desire to see this letter.
Oh, well, this is to give a dog, and in recompense, disarm a dog again.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friend?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Well, marry, sir, my friends do praise me and make an ass of me. Now, my foes tell me plainly I am an ass, so that by my foes I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I'm abused.
This is excellent.
I'm not so know, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
Oh, but that it would be double dealing, sir. Or would you could make it another.
Will you give me ill counsel?
Oh, put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much a sinner. Be a double dealer. If you'll let your lady know I'm here to speak with her and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Oh, marry, sir, that'll abide your bounty till I come again. I go, sir. But I would not have you to think my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will await it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet when last I saw it, it was besmeared as black as Boston in the smoke of war.
Orsino, this is that Antonio that took the phoenix and the fraud from Candy. And this is he that took the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here, in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas, but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hast made thine enemies?
Orsino! No, sir. Be pleased that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess, on basin ground enough, Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither. That most ingrateful boy there by your side, from the rude seas and rage and foamy mouth did I redeem a rack, past hope he was. His life I gave him. Did dare to add my love without pretension or restraint, all his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure for his love, unto the danger of this adverse town. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where, being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance. Grew a 20-year removed thing, while one would wink. Denied me mine own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord. And 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night, did we keep company.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me, but more that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord? But that he may not have. Wherein Olivia makes him serviceable. Cesario, you do not keep promise with me. Madam.
Gracious Olivia.
What do you say, Cesario, good my lord? My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, it is as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Oh, still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What? To perverseness? You uncivil lady! To whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest offerings hath poured out that ever the most intended. What shall I do?
Even what it please my lord, that shall become.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love. A savage jealousy that sometimes savours nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favour, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye where he sits crowded in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, to spite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I most jocund, apt and willingly to do you rest. 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love. More than these eyes, more than my life, more by all moors than e'er I shall love wife. If I do vain, you witnesses above punish my life for tainting of my love.
By me detested. How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario. Husband! Stay!
Husband?
Aye, husband. Can he that deny?
Ah, husband, sir.
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou know'st thou art, and then thou art as great as that thou fearest.
My lady.
Oh, welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence, here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness, what occasion now reveals before to strife. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact sealed in my function, by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave, I have travelled but 2 hours.
Oh, thou dissembling cub! What wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or not else thy crop so quickly grow, thine own ship shall be thine overthrow. Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
Oh, my lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon! Send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He's broke my head across, and he's given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. Well, for the love of God, your help! I'd rather than £40 I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The council gentleman wants Cesario. We don't bring him. He is the very devil incarnate.
Oh, gentleman, Cesario?
Odds livesings, there he is. You broke my head across for nothing. And that I was sent on to you. I did it because of Sir Toby, didn't I?
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword on me without cause, but I bespake you fair, and I hurt you not.
Well, if a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you've hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Well, here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more. But if he had not been a drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen? How's it with you?
It's all one. He's hurt me, and there's an end to it. Oh, soft, did see, Dick Surgeon, soft.
Oh, he's drunk, Sir Toby and Eric. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
He's a rogue and a passive measures man. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby. We'll be dressed together.
Will you help an acid and a coxcomb and a knave, a thin-faced knave, a gull?
Get him to bed, and let his hurt be looked to.
I am sorry, madam. I have hurt your feelings. Had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less for the women's sake. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective, that is and is not.
Antonio, my dear Antonio! How the hours have racked and tortured me since I have lost thee.
Sebastian, are you?
Is thou that, Antonio?
Well, how have you made division of yourself? Now cleft in two is not more twin than these two creatures, of which is Sebastian.
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. Nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messamine. Sebastian was my father. Such a Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
Spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
So had mine.
and died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
That record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
Oh, I've nothing left to make us happy both, but this, my masculine usurped attire. Do not embrace me, till every circumstance of time, place, and fortune do cohere and jump that I am Viola, which to confirm I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved, to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So it comes, lady, you have been mistook. But nature in her bias drew in that. You would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and all those swearings keep as true in soul as hath the orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's womb.
Captain that did bring me first on shore hath now my maid's guns. He upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio's seat, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he is much distract. Most extracted frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
True, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the stave's end as well as a man in his case may do. That's here, it's a letter to you. I should have given it you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospel, so it skills not much when they're delivered.
Open it and read it.
But then to be well edified when the madman is delivered by the fool.
How now? Art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read matters. And your ladyship should have it as it ought to be. You must allow Ox.
Prithee, reading my right wits.
So I do, madam, but to read in his right wits is to read thus. Therefore, but then, my princess, and ye kneel.
Read it, you, sirrah.
By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness, and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury. The madly used Malvolio.
Did he write this?
Aye, madam.
Well, this savours not much of distraction.
See him deliver, Fabian. Bring him hither. My lord, so please you,
these things further thought on, to think of you as well a sister, as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it. So please you, here at my house, and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him so much against the metal of your sex, and so far beneath your soft and tender breeding. And since you call me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Is this the madman?
Come now, Malvolio.
Madam, you have done me wrong, notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You cannot now deny it is your hand. Write from it if you can, in hand or form, or say 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me, in the modesty of honour, why you have given me such clear lights of favour, bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings, and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people. And acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on? Tell me, why?
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing, though I confess much like the character, but out of question 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad. Then camest in smiling in such forms which were here presupposed upon thee in the letter. Prithee be content, this practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee. But when we know the grounds and the authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause.
Oh, good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come take the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at. In hope it shall not, most freely I confess. Myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed may rather pluck on laughter than revenge, if that the injuries be justly weighed that have on both sides passed.
Alas, Malvolio, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness. Some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude, one Sir Topaz, sir, but that's all one. Why, all a fool, I'm not mad. But do you remember?
Madam, why do you laugh at such a bad rascal? And you smile not, he's gagged.
And thus the worthy gig of time brings in his revenges.
Are they revenged? On the whole pack of you!
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. Ye have not told of the captain yet. When that is known, and golden time convents, a solemn combination to be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress, and his fancy's queen.
When that I was a little tiny boy with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, a foolish thing was but a toy, for the rain it raineth every day. But when I came to man's estate with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain, 'gainst knaves and thieves men shut their gate, for the rain it raineth every day. A great while ago the world begun with a hey-ho, the wind and the rain. But that's all one, our play is done, and we'll strive to please you every day. And we'll strive to please you every day.